So, excuse me, I'm gonna be answering the chapter 3 questions. So the first question is, what do your logo and uniform say about your program? So basically, this is actually it's right here. So the logo, this is the logo. It's just basically like a little Triton stick. Basically, it just shows that we're Tritons. So Tritons. It just shows that we're Tritons. The uniform, I thought I could show y'all, but the uniform is just basically just represents our colors. We have a black jersey, a gold jersey, and a white jersey that just represents our colors. What do you want them to say? I wish we could like the NBA just did. I wish we could put like statements. I don't even want to say statements because like we can't even put our last names on them. But well, first I wish we could put our last names in our jerseys just so they know, who we are. That's just our family background. I also wish we could put like Black Lives Matters or like just a patch. That's what I want. A patch, just something important. Maybe somebody from your past died or something. You could put their initials, but I wish we could just put a patch somewhere on there. Just some that's important to you personally, or some important to the nation, to the world. Second question is, how many colors do your fans wear? I would say they wear four, which is red, gold, black, and white, which is sort of our colors. And then what colors do you want them to wear? Personally, I would prefer red and gold just because those are like, I want to say those are our main colors. Those are the colors that stand out the most. Black and white is too generic, so I would just say red and gold so people know like, oh, that's an UMSL fan or that's an UMSL person. It says, which school has the biggest share of voice in your story? I say as of right now, I would say our school because we're pretty good. We were ranked number 9 nationally, so I would just say as a voice of the town, I would say us. What makes your in-game experience unique? I would say just the energy that the team brings makes the game unique. Like, it just makes it feel so like, even if there weren't fans, that the team brings the energy. So, basically people know who we are, and that's what we're known for. It's just bringing energy. What does it say about your program? I said that it just shows that the team, is really passionate, but it also shows that they want to win, and that they're playing for something. They're not just out there playing for themselves or just playing to get the game over. They're actually playing to win. They're actually playing for a national championship. They're, you know, like I said, they're actually playing for something. It says, how can you prove and are you telling the story? I would just say the story is, it's not like people say it's a marathon, not a race. The story's being written, so are you telling the story? Yes, every day they are telling the story. Story is basically how the program, turned around. It came from a bad program and just turned around to a good program. It says, for what key moments in the next 3 to 5 years do you anticipate needing to be ready? I said, in the next 3 to 5 years, I said UMSL is going to become, a powerhouse school, and that every game, for basketball, like expect them to be sold out, but if not sold out, expect a lot of fans and expect, a fun game, but also expect a lot of people, a lot of recruits to want to come to the school. So when talking about anticipation and what to anticipate, I would just say that UMSL is going to be, a school that's known for being a good basketball program and being a powerhouse and always bringing in good recruits. Excuse me. What matters most when it comes to making your story stick? I say making people feel involved in the story and making people feel like they belong. In one of the sports management classes, we had a little thing, and it was that brand thing. And it said how like all the big name brands make you feel, involved and wanted. And for one of my examples, I used Nike in that little commercial we had when they said like overcoming barriers, and how athletes and how just not even athletes, but how everybody in the pandemic were overcoming things, how we all were overcoming barriers, and they made you feel like you were a part of that because in reality you were a part of that because we all went through the pandemic. So I just feel like when you're making your story stick, it's just mainly about making people feel involved and making people feel wanted and making people feel like they belong and everybody, feel like a family in the community. So that's how, me personally, that's how I'll make my story stick. It's just trying to get everybody involved.